Welcome back to Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, and today is Monday, June 4th, 2018. And let's find out what's going on in the world of bodybuilding and fitness. 400 meters was always one of my favorite events in track and field, because during the final 150 meters, you always find out who has the biggest heart. And now that the first 100 meters of her Olympia prep are officially in the books, I know I'm not the only one out here watching to see what Autumn Swanson does coming around this first turn. Last week, the former Arnold champ released another round of updates where we catch a quick look at some of the progress she's made over these last few weeks. Although we haven't heard anything yet, I wouldn't be too surprised if we got word in a few weeks that the Chicago native was planning to hop into the Chicago Pro for a little trial run, considering that it's right in her own backyard. And if she can work some of the kinks out of her program and deliver a winning performance, Swanson will have tremendous momentum heading into September's Physique Olympia. As of today, we're right around 5 weeks out from kicking off the 7th annual Chicago Pro, where apparently 212 fans will get a chance to see veteran Mike Ergas in action once again. Over the weekend, new photos surfaced of a lean and mean 230-pound Ergas, alongside an announcement that he was planning to bring his talents to Chicago for the second straight year, where he'll look to be improving on some of the work he did in Indy to start the season. Last year, the 212 lineup in Chicago ended up being one of the stronger groups of athletes that we saw all season long. But if he can come in and kill it with his conditioning, you never know what he might be able to pull off on any given night. Last week, I heard on the news that there was a truck drivers' union strike in Brazil that brought the entire country's economy to a screeching halt. But apparently, not even a trucker strike was enough to slow down Brazilian bikini bombshell Elisa Pecini. On Saturday, Team Pecini released a short clip from one of their latest shoulder sessions that shows this year's breakout bikini star in full-scale Olympia prep mode. Pretty much right from the jump, Pecini has been a one-woman wrecking crew in that division this year. And that incredible display she put on to get the win in Pittsburgh was as good as it gets. I know a lot of people out there who think that Pecini is good enough to be a top 5 Olympian this year. And unless she starts to show signs of slowing down, I can't say I disagree. One thing I always tell young athletes or entrepreneurs to keep in mind is that whenever you feel tired or you feel like you've done enough, keep going. Because I can promise you that someone else out there is trying to outwork you. Someone like figure standout Jessica Padilla. Last week, Padilla was caught putting herself through the paces of another intense round of cardio work in an effort to keep the momentum rolling from this incredible season she's been having. A few weeks ago, Padilla put together the best overall look of her career with that strong second place look she brought to the New York Pro. But with 7 shows already on the books this year, you have to wonder if she has enough gas in the tank to keep this thing rolling along over the next few months. But with a work ethic like Padilla, there's no such thing as can't in her vocabulary. If you spend any more than 5 minutes on social media these days, I'm sure you've probably seen a lot of pink dumbbell crew know-it-alls trying to convince people that heavy weights aren't effective for building muscle. But I think it's pretty safe to say that Paolo Almeida isn't buying any of that nonsense. Yesterday, the big man was caught slinging around some major weight with a few sets of heavy side laterals as he continues to battle his way back from injury. To his credit, Paulo looks like he's been able to put back most of the size that he had before he hit a rough stretch with the injury bug right around this time last year. And if he can get himself back to feeling 100%, a possible comeback can still be on the table for one of those fourth quarter events that we have lined up on the bodybuilding calendar. And that does it for yet another edition of Muscle in the Morning. I'm Dave Palumbo, reminding you to always be true to your passions, and make sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.